Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is your daily Gogetemism number 154 for March 8th, 2015. Today I just want to talk a little bit about people getting into their moods. Sometimes we take the way that people act on a consistent basis for granted. When the truth of the matter is sometimes people get in their little funks, they get into their little moods, they get into their little ways about them. Everybody has their little quirks. Sometimes people don't feel like dealing with other people. And it can throw some of us off sometimes when we're used to somebody being a certain kind of way, and then on a certain day or whatever, or sometimes a certain time of the month, people act a little different. When people get moody, they do different things than they are known for doing. Like the person that normally hangs around a lot of people is really, or who is really, really gregarious, a real social butterfly type, maybe they might want to retreat, so they're not taking calls. The person that normally takes the calls on the first ring sleeps by their phone, maybe for a few days or whatever, they don't want to answer, or you don't talk to them as regularly as you would normally want to talk to them, and they can throw you off. And when you ask them what's wrong, they might not really want to express what's going on with them. And sometimes that can be a serious thing, and sometimes it's not really about nothing. There are times in everybody's life when they just need to process their own thinking and their own thoughts, and they might not be able to express it at that time. But people come to expect a certain behavior of people because it's a routine, and we're used to things that we know. And when people act differently than how we know them, we get a little concerned. Sometimes we might get a little irritated, but we also have to look at ourselves and think to ourselves, yeah, sometimes I ain't really in the mood to do this and that. And when we talk about being moody, when we talk about moodiness, what we're really talking about is feeling like doing something. Now, everybody can pretty much relate to not feeling like doing something or feeling like doing something. Like, for example, on one day you might feel like going out to eat, going out partying, dancing, getting your jig on or whatever. On a regular basis, you might not feel like doing that. That might not be what you like to do. Sometimes you feel like exercising. A lot of my health nuts out there can relate to that. You try to exercise every day or every other day or whatever, a few times a week, and you might be on that routine and it's going really good, but maybe on that scheduled day that you're supposed to do something, you might just not feel like it. Like, I don't feel like doing it today. I think I'm chill. How many times have you woke up from a deep sleep from the night before, and it's just one of those days you don't feel like going to work? That's moodiness right there. Like, I don't feel like going to work because I'm gonna have to work hard, or people gonna expect me to act a certain kind of way. Some people work at stressful jobs where it's not just job performance that they get graded on, but also the way that their attitude is. And when you're in that moody mood, whatever that might be, sometimes it's best not to even go there. It might be best not to go to a place where they're going to expect you to act a certain kind of way, because you might make a mistake. And we all make mistakes. No big deal, but it is what it is, and not everybody can understand what we're going through exactly when we're going through it. So there are other things that factor into this thing when it comes to moodiness. Sometimes it's the phases of the moon. They astrologically, people, well, scientists, astrologers actually believe that there are different times of the month, as far as the moon phases are concerned, that may affect the way we feel about things. It affects our moods. Women, I know a lot of men can attest to this. A lot of times women get moody around the time of their menstrual cycle. There's a hormonal imbalance going on there, and men actually experience it too. I don't know that much about the man period or whatever, but it's usually a time when the dudes is acting like a little bitch or acting like bitches. I mean, and no disrespect, I'm not talking to women, but when I say a man is acting like a bitch, I think y'all should know what I'm talking about. I mean that he's acting in a way that's less than masculine, and he ain't representing, or he might be complaining about something that normally people don't complain about, but he's on his man period. it's really a sign of moodiness, and moodiness is linked to anxiety and a little bit of depression. It doesn't mean that you're full blown depressed. It just means that you have the potential to get into that little funk sometimes. We all get into that little funk. So one of the best things that you can do, y'all know where I'm going to go with this. One of the best things that you can do in order to fight off your moodiness is to educate yourself about it. Read. Find out what it is that makes you act a certain kind of way. Because although it might throw some people off with the way that you're acting when you're not your normal self, it can also throw you off and make you wonder, like, yo, what's going on with me? And if you don't know what's going on with yourself, sometimes the best thing to do is to ask for some help. It doesn't mean that you're weak. It just means that you're actually strong, because you're trying to find a way to become stronger. And it takes a strong person to do that, so don't be ashamed to do that. Also, eating the right foods. Yeah, I know, I'm always going there. Eating the right foods. If you eat more fresh produce, it has a very, very positive effect on your mood. Not only that, but the better the nutrition that you put in your body, the better your mental state. So it will actually give you the ability to put up with a lot of bullshit. And there's nothing like being able to ward off the bullshit. And there's also nothing like not being able to put up with the bullshit. It can cause violence. It can cause dissension. It can cause you to get into arguments, and it can cause you to have bad feelings that linger. And bad foods will do that to you. A lot of people don't want to believe that. And I know I like hamburger, steak, fries, and fried chicken and all that kind of stuff. I like it. But you can't eat it all the time. You have to curb some of that. Get more produce in your body than you do the meat and the junk. And you will start to see how your mind and your emotional state improves. And we want that, right? So let's do that. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. Sometimes you're in the mood, sometimes you're not in the mood, but there are things that you can do to always be in a good mood, or in a better mood than you would have normally been in. So educate yourself, eat better foods, and see what happens. Get back at me and let me know. Do it for a month, see what's good. Sun752@AOL.com. Drop me a line, I'd like to hear from you. Also, visit urban-therapy-with-sun.com, register at the website, get down with the movement. The movement is moving forward. Also, the adult class trip. Get with me for details on the adult class trip. March 21st is our first meet and greet. It's our first Urban Therapy with Sun event. Get with it. It's going to be hot to death. About 30 of us are going to the Franklin Institute, and I want y'all to be on it too. So we got 2 weeks. Y'all need to get with me for details, because I have the tickets, and we can get this thing popping. And also, subscribe to this YouTube channel, youtube.com/sun752. Get at me. Y'all have a great day. Daylight savings time today. And I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Alright, peace.